Good afternoon, and welcome to the latest episode of Real Estate Talk with Lisa. I am your host, Lisa Jeffery. I'm a realtor here in the DMV with Fairfax Realty Elite, and our show is focused on opening the door with keys of independence. And at our show, we look to educate, empower, and motivate you to action. And I'm sure if you're a regular viewer, you know who this lovely lady is beside me. This is Reba Burris Barnes. She's our show publicist, my often guest co-host, and she is like the person behind the scenes that makes it all work. Right, Reba?
Try my best.
She spanks me too, but we're not going to talk about that because
that's private.
It's private.
But it works.
It works. Yes. But it's lovely to have you again, Reba.
Thank you. Honored to be here.
Yes, ma'am. And we got a great show for you guys today. The show topic today is real estate investing, the value in the journey. Because many real estate investors didn't start out being real estate investors.
Right.
They start out in other avenues or occupations, and they come to real estate investing by different ways. And so if you've been watching our show, we covered women in Women's History Month.
Yes, we
covered
did.
a lot of women doing business. We started the beginning of the year talking about grants. So we're going to touch on a couple of those things as well today. But today we're going to focus on two really phenomenal women.
Yes, we are.
That have made journeys toward real estate investing or through real estate investing to other avenues still within that industry, and the value that they have found in their journey, what's changed them, what was important to them, what drove them in that direction. And I think you're going to enjoy the journey with us today. Now, if you're watching us live, you are watching us on the WBGR Wellness Network. In that case, press the share, press the like, because you don't know. Someone you know may be thinking about something in this avenue, and not only in real estate. Sometimes you can get inspiration for the change that you need to make in your life by watching someone else successfully make that change.
Exactly
right, Reba?
right. Exactly right.
Because Reba and I met over 20 years ago, and some of the things that we did then we're still doing, but I think we can safely say that we've both kind of grown from that.
We've grown from it, but we still have I always say we dovetail our experiences.
That's true.
And
That's
because
true.
we have like minds, we entrepreneurs,
Yes.
help the community.
Yes.
We love people.
Yes.
We both smile a lot as well. But the
Yes.
joy is that we're able to do things that people can look at and appreciate.
That's right.
So our joy today is that we're bringing you two women who have done great things in investing and also in their new career.
Yes.
That's the whole joy of it all, Lisa.
That's right. That's right. And we bring these things to you because in looking to educate, empower, and motivate you to action, we want you to get a taste, get a sense of where you can go, a sense of where you can grow. I'm growing as well. I say I have so many hats now. I think I have strong neck muscles, but but it's been a great experience. And as I continue to grow, seeing how I can fit the things that I do together. Now, Reba, I tell you, this past weekend, I was part of Think Realty.
Yeah.
And we mentioned it the last show. There were so many people there.
Was it a good day?
It was a good day. I saw old friends, a lot of the people that you've seen on our show and people that are to come. Sherman Ragland was the opening speaker. Charles Blair, who was on our show recently, he was one of the presenters. And there was just a number of different vendors there.
Was Marcus Daniels there by chance?
I did not see him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was in
He
there
may have
somewhere.
been there,
Because Marcus is always on top of everything.
Yes,
real estate.
everything, especially in this county.
Yes, and we plan to have Marcus on again this year. So Marcus, if you're listening, you need to call me because I'm going to be calling you. Because, honestly, you guys know if there's a shovel turning dirt in Prince George's County, Marcus will have a post. Just want you to know the new gas station will be ready, and he's always on top of things. And he was just such a delight when he was here at the last show.
And so knowledgeable.
Oh yeah,
Mercy.
definitely, and really a really humble guy. Cause he had a lot going on, but he's very very easy to talk to and comfortable. But I want to thank you, our viewers, for your faithfulness in watching the show and sharing the show, because we had the pleasure of having someone at the event walk up and say that they saw myself and Adonis Lockett with
Go
my
ahead.
myRE360 on the show and that they had already signed up for the platform, and they were really excited. And so just let you know, you never know who's watching. So I'll make sure I got everything. Make sure I got it all together, right? But we appreciate that. We appreciate that you are finding value in what we're doing. Now, one thing that gentleman mentioned to me, and so for those of you who are listening, I know I have a lot of realtors listening. I have lenders that are listening.
Mm-hmm.
His problem was, once he does his purchase of his rehab and he's gotten it all done, he wants to refinance that out of a hard money loan. He's been finding challenges finding a lender that specializes in that area, that makes it a little easy. So if you're out there, this is who you need to call. You can call me. You can reach me at 301-542-5168. That's 301-542-5168. But I tell you, the best contact is Reba. Tell them how to reach you, Reba.
Please feel free to call me on 301-420-0000. The number again, 301-420-0000.
And the reason why I want you to call her is there are people that want to know what you know. So if you call Reba, Reba let me know, and we can get you on the show so you can share that information, because that's a need for our investing community.
And they can also send their bio and their information for contact to me as well.
Okay, tell them what you'd like it sent.
RebaBarnes@AOL.com. That's RebaBarnes@AOL.com. Because sometimes if we're not in the office, just send the information so we can call you back and make sure you have a time slot with Lisa.
That's right.
We want you in the picture.
Because this is the place where people are coming to look for that information. And so we want you to be here to be able to let them know how to get from the transition from the one type of financing to the other. And also, we're going to be doing, I know Julia Maynard. Hey, Julia. And let me see, it was another agent, Jackie Ward over in D.C.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie. You both responded to me because we're going to start doing a spotlight on realtors that have listings that would like to feature them on the show. We try to do maybe one or two. They don't have to be my listing. So if you have a listing that you'd like our audience to take a look at, maybe it's a unique one, something
good.
special, we'd be happy to have it on the screen and allow you to call in and talk about your listing. So we're going to go through the introduction of our first guest, Nicole Allen. And if you're not a stranger to our show, you've probably heard her at least once or twice, because we are great friends with the National Association of Black Women in Construction, and we love to hear from them about what they're doing in their projects. But Nicole has a journey. You know, she didn't start out as a part of that organization or in construction or real estate at all. And she herself is on a mission to help real estate developers grow and have a profitable business and build it up. Now, she was trained as a toxicologist and epidemiologist, it says. And her background includes communication, business development, and project management on multi-million-dollar development projects. That's
really
pretty
interesting.
That's significant, right? Now, she has expertise as a scientist with a specialization
in housing.
And housing as well. So she's kind of a little bit of everything. And I remember when we had first talked about that really unique segue into that field. She said, you know, I like what I was doing, but I always wanted to go into doing something else. Now, she is currently the Chief Executive Officer for Allen Norris Permitting and Inspections, and they specialize in building code development, adopting code enforcement, and she provides strategic leadership, collaborative engagement, and financial guidance for the company. As we mentioned before, she's also the president of the National Capital Area Association of Black Women in Construction. So I think we have her on the line. Nicole?
Yes.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good, good. Well, we gave you a grand introduction.
Because we love you so much.
We do. You know we do. You know we do. And one of the things that we were talking about, today's topic is real estate investing, the value in the journey. And yourself, as well as Miss Lauren Tennyson, who is going to be coming on after you, both have a unique journey into real estate investing. And because it wasn't really where you started out or where she started out, but the impact that you're both making individually within that field is really significant. And what we had said before is that understanding and hearing what that takes and how people can grow in other directions, and it's not limited by age or by past experiences, and they can grow their wealth and grow what's going on in their family, I think is important. So talk to us a little bit about your journey.
Wow, my journey. Well, I'm sure it's not as unconventional as most people who decide that real estate investing is going to be something that brings them joy and happiness. I actually started out in the science field. I, at a young age, knew I wanted to be in the science field, so I went to school and did all of my studies in biology and chemistry and genetics, and on completion of my varied degrees, I still ended up in that space. And it wasn't until I was completing my doctorate and doing some training in epidemiology that I realized I kind of really don't like this. It's not bringing me that get up early in the morning feeling and the rush that I would like to feel. So I ended up as a real estate investor.
Okay.
I purchased my first home, excited about all the opportunities it could bring for generational wealth for my family, because at that time I was the only person in my immediate family who was a homeowner, not even my parents at that time.
Wow. Okay.
So, I just got excited, started dealing with lots of contractors in hopes of developing a dream house, so to speak, and ended up in an opportunity to look at an investment property. That then took me down another road of it's different when you have a contractor in your home and you kind of supervise things as opposed to having, someone take care of a property that you don't have as much, or at least I didn't, as much control over it as I should have. So that sort of propelled me into this realm of understanding what really, are those key things that I need to know as a property owner.
Okay.
Now, naturally, I'm a researcher. I've done research on, everything from AIDS and HIV vaccines to, communicable diseases and infections. And so I'm right on the internet at that point. And just started reading and understanding the requirements as it relates to housing and the life and safety issues that are established for our good and protection. And I decided to come out of corporate America and just really focus on helping other individuals, particularly investors at that time, understand what those requirements are and why it's important to have height restrictions and, egress and accessibility.
Yeah, because we always looking at that.
Functioning HVAC system and all of those different components that needs to be evaluated and measured. So I ended up in the building code, building science arena, and it's just sort of taken off from there to providing architectural design services, plan review services, and, a whole host of those ancillary services that you need as a real estate investor.
Excellent.
So that's who I am.
What I hear you saying, and I don't know if you hear it too, but it's, first of all, identifying an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because there was something that you said about, I had the opportunity to purchase a property. And so in purchasing that property, it distinguished you from the rest of your family because you were that first property owner. And so sometimes we may have to be the first.
Yes.
And we may not always be able to rely on those around us, family and friends, to necessarily encourage us or to be knowledgeable about the journey that we're on because they have not been on that journey.
But it also sets Nicole in the area of being able to be a role model for the family as well.
That's very true.
Did you find others wanting to buy homes after you did that?
Yes, it's actually my sister, younger sister, ended up purchasing her home, and she's looking forward to making it her first investment property at the end of next year.
Oh, wow.
And then my parents, after years and years and years of renting, decided in their early 60s that they wanted to be homeowners as well. So it's certainly been something that I've been very proud of, and so I'd like to definitely make sure I continue to encourage all of my family to be homeowners.
So it becomes a legacy for the family as well.
Yeah.
The many homes.
Exactly.
And it sounds like it had a catalytic effect with respect to kind of sparking that interest, in within the family to say, okay, well, Nicole got one, we want one too. But I also found that it was interesting that even though you came into the business, both investing and later in the construction piece in a not clear, a straight trajectory, what you were able to do was harness all of what you had accomplished in terms of the skills you acquired, the researching skills, that love of knowledge, even the scientific approach that you had to develop from the medical scientific side, and move that over to, I think, probably make you a very exceptional person in the business that you're in because you already come with all of those skills. It's not like you started, I think I want to do permitting and I got to learn it all. You did have to learn components, but I think that it just goes to show that you can take the same ingredients that you have in your life and remix those to have another outcome.
That's a very intuitive perspective. That's actually, as you stated, exactly what happened.
So how did your background with changing into buying the homes get you involved with NABWIC? How did you mix those two in your company?
So at that time when I first pursued this new area, I was, there's a lot of fear in something new, and so I was actively looking for mentors, individuals who are doing sort of the same thing I'm doing, who are willing to share that information and provide guidance and support. And this organization, I went to a training program that's offered through Turner Construction, which is their School of Construction Management. And there was a member of the National Association of Black Women in Construction at that meeting, getting her training and education in order to do business with Turner. And so I ended up just, connecting with her and staying in contact. And it wasn't until maybe a year or two later that I actually realized that there was, this was a legitimate organization. And so I attended their industry day. It's a national event where they engage some of the largest architectural, engineering, construction, aviation, transportation firms who are doing construction in, any and everything.
That's true.
This event, it wasn't until I attended there that I realized the true value of aligning myself with an association that has that unique perspective of being a black woman in this space that is predominantly white male. And so I jumped in head first and have been engaged in so many different aspects. I'm now leading the chapter here in the National Capital Region, as well as the National Membership Chair,
Yes.
and just really working
And I
to
know
just,
that.
educate and inform every black woman in a construction or construction-related space, or even a support-related space, about opportunities for construction. And one event, the event I always like to wear, is the Industry Day event. It's
That's right.
an opportunity to come out and learn about what we do. And this year, it's actually going to be held May the 14th, which is on a Tuesday. It's an all-day event from 8 to 4 o'clock at Cardoza Senior High School, where they have their Trans STEM Academy. So it's open to the public, free to come in and just interact with us there.
Excellent. Now, that's when I encountered the organization, was last year during Industry Day. Have the lovely Reba to thank for that. But Reba said, you got to go and you got to meet these ladies, I'm like, okay. And so because we started doing some pre-publicity for you guys here on this show and talking about it. And so I came down and I was just so thoroughly encouraged and excited about, what you were doing in the community. I know Ann McNeil founded the organization, I think, in 1974. Is that right?
I think it's a little bit younger than that.
A little younger?
I think it's 1991.
91? Okay.
It's probably started in her cradle in the early 70s.
Yes.
She is, of course, one of the first black female construction companies owner in the state of Florida. So that's right. Early in the 1970s, she ventured into that space.
And when we... Oh, good.
Thank you. For your company, Alan Norris Permitting and Inspections... So your company spearheads things with NABWIC as well?
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Does your company interact a lot with NABWIC as well?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. My company does a lot in terms of engagement with other small businesses who are also members of the organization. I work in several different capacities in terms of providing support to the organization, but we do, the organization is really for small business owners. And so we are here to provide opportunities for our members. And so we generally, do business with people that we know.
That's right.
And those people that we know are members of our organization.
Excellent. And you recently had the Hard Hat and Heels membership drive. And we did. Reba and I came down to join you. We missed some of the young people that were there earlier. I've seen the pictures, and we're going to post the pictures. You can find them on the NABWIC site for the DC event, because you'll see other chapters there as well. But I think you told me it was a phenomenal turnout.
Yes, I mean, we had a lot of our longtime supporters came. We had some new businesses, lots of young people, those who just graduated from college and are interested in design, engineering, and construction. They came out to support us, so it was a huge event. We had, this was a national event, so all of our chapters had something during Women's History Month.
Excellent.
And from what I hear, there's been a lot of great turnout in all of our chapters.
Now, if someone wants to join NABWIC, because I know at the trade show, I was part of myRE360, the booth there.
Right.
The booth, because I love the software so much, and the concept for real estate investing, I just had to be a part. Just had to do it. And so, in that capacity, we saw a lot of investors and a lot of vendors, and there were several women investment groups there. And I've met a couple of leaders, and I'm actually passing information on to them about the organization. Now, I saw one of the area leaders in real estate investing, Tammy Phelps. Her niche is multifamily investing. And when I mentioned you to her, Nicole, she was so excited. Oh, I know Nicole. We've done all these things together. But you know what? She did not know about the organization. So I had to tell her, I said, girl, you need to know about this organization. So, just I've been out there, like I'm on the promotion path for you guys, because I think what you're doing is just tremendous.
Phenomenal.
And going back to the high schools and teaching the young people that there's still construction careers, and not just construction careers, because most of the time I think when parents and sometimes young people hear construction, they think laborer. Just a day laborer, and that's kind of where the thinking stops. And they may see the large cranes and the large construction equipment, but they may not envision themselves there. Can they make it? Can they get there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, construction, there's so many unknown or untapped areas of construction that really utilize skills that most people already have. I mean, there's areas where you could, if you're really good at speaking and you can, communicate and don't have that stage fright, which I do, there's opportunities to talk about construction projects to members of the community. Every single construction company that is doing any development has to get public engagement. And there are contracts for individuals to go out and engage the community and share about, new developments and get inputs at the A&C commissioners, the neighborhood associations. There's areas of construction estimation. If you're good at scheduling and time management, there's construction scheduling. There's do you have some experience in managing your budget? There's construction cost controls.
Wow.
I mean, there's so many different
avenues,
real life services that we already have that we can use in this industry. So it's not just roofers, plumbers, and HVAC technicians.
Excellent.
For people who want to be a speaker at NABWIC's event at Cardoza, can they contact you at the website to do that?
Absolutely. The best way to sign up to be a speaker, a facilitator, or a presenter or exhibitor is through our Eventbrite link. If you go to Eventbrite and just search in NABWIC, and I think it has to be in the Washington, D.C. area, you can just sign up for right there. It'll ask you what area you're interested in and whether or not you want to be a presenter or a facilitator.
Excellent.
And all of that information is there.
Now, I know we spoke earlier before the show. Did you have an opportunity to take a look at myRE360?
I did, and I am blown away.
Oh, yeah?
Like you, Lisa. I'm like, where do I get a seat on the wagon?
Listen. Now, guys, you're listening. She just saw it today because the video clip, which we're going to show you in just a few minutes, is going to be coming up, and they're going to bring Lauren on. But I asked Nicole, I said, I want you to take a look at it, the video clip, before the show, so you can just kind of give me a little feedback. Here's somebody that's in the field, is an investor, is working with other potential investors as well as people in the construction. So for your membership, many people could come on and be vendors for those projects that people are having, because you can go on the platform and do your wholesale project, your rehab project, and get a team. All that's available in that platform. So you found that it would be a useful tool?
Absolutely. It's the most amazing product I've ever seen.
Get out of here, girl.
That's wonderful.
No, that's serious talk. I mean, I'm still a real estate investor, and occasionally look at opportunities to, diversify my portfolio. And I can tell you, having to work in one space to manage, grow, build, and develop projects is something that is much needed in this space.
Oh, we thank you so much, because I'm telling you folks, this is not a paid announcement. I just asked her to take a look at it, because sometimes when you're presenting something to someone, and I think I told you on the phone earlier, Nicole, to get on the platform right now, it's absolutely free. There's no cost to sign up. We signed up people on Saturday, and after we were telling what all it does, they're like when you first started talking to them, they were like really excited, like, oh yeah. And the more you told them that it did, they were kind of easing away, because they thought that you probably going to ask them for their credit cards. They were kind of like, and then we was
But
like, no,
payment,
it's free.
right?
It's because they're like, well, if it does all of that, we probably can't afford it, you know. And then we told them it was free to get on the platform. They was like, really free? And I was like, yeah, go to the table and sign up. So, just to know that you feel like for yourself and for your constituents that this is a good product. For your membership, we're definitely going to schedule an opportunity to actually come down and do a presentation, you know, to them so they can see it and get them signed up because we want them to be able to explore the platform. So we'll definitely be doing some more collaboration there. I know you've got to go, and we're going to go to our next segment shortly, but I want to thank you so much for always being so gracious to contribute to the show. It's always valuable conversation. And what you guys may not know is oftentimes when people come on the show, the conversation may stop after the hour, but the relationship really doesn't stop. So we go to their events, Reba and I, we support them, and we look to see how within the real estate community we can help with collaborative efforts because that's the purpose of this show. So Nicole, thank you again so much, and we will be talking to you soon.
Thank you, ladies, so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Have a
You
good
too.
day.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
So, guys, when we tell you that we're bringing you things that you can use, things that can help your business, we've been talking about grants and layering grants. We're going to give you some updates. We got our next Home Buyers Boot Camp scheduled for this month. Really excited about that. I need a full room. I need standing room only. So we're going to talk about that.
April 27th.
April 27th, 3:30 to 5:30 at 4201 Mitchellville Road at our favorite place to be, Old Line Bank with Reggie Derrickson. We'll have the Eventbrite up by tomorrow so you can start registering. But we bring you these things because we want, knowledge is power.
Yes.
But then now you've got to do something about the knowledge. You got to take some type of action. Okay, now that you know. So on the platform, and when we have Lauren on, and after you see the clip, you're going to see a little bit more about what's on the platform. I want to go ahead and go through a little bit of Lauren's bio before we go to the myRE360 clip. Just so when it's ended, we're going to start right up with Lauren, okay? So let me tell you a little bit about Lauren. Lauren is an experienced IT consultant, PMP certified project manager. Now, I don't know if you know anybody that's got the PMP certification. I know several people that struggle to get through the coursework. So it's not an easy certification to get. So, I mean, she just needs a hand just for making it through. But she's also a licensed realtor. And she is a co-founder of the prop tech startup myRE360. And prop tech is just technology that's involved with real estate. So that's the common phrase that people use. I mean, we're not trying to mislead you. So we want you to know, what we're talking about. Now, she has a BS in computer science.
Yes.
She spent 10 years plus in consulting, working for some large corporations. What are some of those corporations?
From what I see here, my dear, AT&T.
Yes.
Merck.
Yes.
Highmark.
Yep.
This company called Shell.
And
Shell
okay.
Company, Fannie Mae, Cerner, and others.
Wonder if she can get me an in at Fannie Mae, you think? I have to talk to her about that.
Get in with Shell, too, though.
Oh,
for the
Shell,
gas.
yes.
Get
Especially with the
both.
prices, yes. 2 for 1. So it says in 2017, Lauren began her career in real estate, and she became a licensed realtor in Tennessee, which is the state I grew up. She was on the other side of the state. I'm on the eastern side. She was in Knoxville. She's on the western side. But during that time frame, she met co-founder Adonis Lockett.
Yep.
Now, you guys met Adonis when I had Charles Blair and he on the show. Recently, we played that, I think, last week. Because we were going into the Think Realty event, so we wanted to remind you about that event. So we played that episode for you. But Adonis is the co-founder of myRE360, and Lauren began investing in real estate and has since flipped a few properties and purchased a few rentals. So again, when you look at the career path, it wasn't set for that, but she was able to move over into that space.
So now she's in Dallas, Texas, and Fort Worth, Texas, Baltimore, Maryland, New York, and other cities as well.
That's right.
And it's the only all-inclusive platform, that's myRE360,
That's
where an
right.
investor can learn the business, build a real estate team,
That's right.
and find and post deals and manage the projects all online.
That is correct.
It's
That
going
is
to be an
correct.
interesting conversation.
And Lauren, she leads all of the technical development for both our online and the mobile app, which will be rolling out somewhere between the end of this month and the beginning of next month. So if you're a wholesaler and you're watching the show today, I would encourage you to go to myRE, it's myRE360.com, and post your deal. Now, let's say if you're thinking about posting a deal and you're thinking, I don't know, I'm not real computer savvy. Trust me, look, we have a concierge service. So you call Frida Chambers. I know you out there, girl. But Frida and the rest of our team, yes, she is retired Army, and let me tell you, she is not playing with you. She's going to make sure you're taken care of, whatever it is you need. Customers, I mean, she is just a thorough person, but she is such a kind and warm person. You're going to feel like, you know her by the time you get off the call. But Frida and the team will take your deal. You send the pictures, you send the particulars, they'll post it for you. And again, as a friend of mine, Floyd Wilson, always says, it's at a price you can afford. It's free. So we're going to, the control room will play my myRE, let me get all my letters together. myRE360. I know, right? myRE360 clip. You'll get to see a sample of the software. And when you come back, there'll be one more person in here with us. We're going to sit down with Miss Lauren Tennyson and talk about the value in her journey. Thank you.
myRE360 is the future of real estate investing. As a myRE360 member, you can learn the business, build your team, find a deal, and manage your project, all at the push of a button. myRE360 is a unique platform that allows members to know with whom they are conducting business, with simple-to-read user stats, badges that highlight their professional accomplishments, and user ratings showing others' previous experiences with investors just like yourself. With the education component, you can learn all aspects of real estate at your convenience. You have the option to learn by topic, learn from a specific educator, or learn about what's happening in your local market. If you are interested in a specific topic, for example wholesaling, simply click on Wholesaling and instantly you could learn all about Wholesaling 101. If you're interested in learning from a specific educator, view their course and their educator profile. You can subscribe to that educator and get access to their wealth of knowledge at the click of a button. Building your real estate team has never been easier. You can search through a list of myRE360 verified vendors and build your local team with the industry's best in just a matter of minutes. Each vendor you are interested in working with will have badges highlighting the extent of their experience and user ratings from other investors who have previously worked with that vendor. You can create new relationships by adding vendors to your team that are interested in working a specific deal you are considering. You can create different teams based on your investment strategy that consist of vendors that offer those particular services. For example, you can create a team for just your fix and flip deals, your rental projects, or have a separate team for commercial transactions. Looking for your next project? Search credible deals for myRE360 verified sellers and wholesalers. You can filter your search based on the age of the deal, purchase price, cost of repair, and estimated profit. With the project management tool, you can take advantage of the most robust real estate management system available from your desktop computer or on the go with the mobile app. Once you create your project, you can take advantage of everything the project management tool offers. The Rehab Estimator feature allows you to get real-time project repair estimates during your inspection of the home. Simply identify the size of the property you are inspecting, input a number based on the extent of work needed, and an estimate for that repair line item will be calculated and identified. The pre-purchase checklist walks you through the step-by-step process on the actions necessary to prepare for your closing after a contract has been executed. You can set calendar reminders of upcoming tasks so no action item goes overlooked. The Rehab tool combines the project and process workflow, scheduling, identification of the technician type, accounting, and visibility to the overall project completion rate into a single, simple-to-use tool that accounts for everything you need to successfully navigate your project. Manage your project while on the go with the luxury of your entire management system right on your device or from your home computer. The post-closing checklist is a step-by-step breakdown of everything that is required to officially close out a project after it has been sold. Take advantage of the built-in calendar reminders of upcoming tasks so no action item goes overlooked. Once you have your team created and your next project secured, take advantage of our state-of-the-art push-button technology that allows you to communicate with your entire team with just the push of a button. When you 360 the deal, each team member will get a message specific to their role in the project. This eliminates the need of sending multiple messages to different team members, as each message is customized to that team member's role. You can also 360 the team. With the push of a button, you can communicate updates or project changes to your entire team with customized or pre-populated messages. Push-button real estate investing comes full circle with myRE360.
Turns rubber on.
All right, welcome back. So now you guys have seen the same video clip that Nicole Allen saw. And so you'll know the software that we're talking about. And not only do we have a lovely person right here with us, Miss Lauren Tennyson, we also have our banner here over on this side so you can see education, resources, deals, and project management. And so it's real estate investing at the push of the button. So Lauren, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here.
Yay! We got her. So, one thing that we really wanted to highlight by having you on the show is that women are doing great things.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And in the tech field, and also segueing into marrying that tech to the construction, to real estate investing, which of course includes construction because there's a project estimator, there's different pieces. Mm-hmm. She's going to tell us a little bit about that. But, when you started out, I see all the IT background. Number one, that is an unusual field for women. It's usually like the guy with the glasses and the pocket protector and the briefcase. I actually went to high school with a guy like that. Loved him dearly. But that was him all day racing down the hall and, always in the book. So what was it like for you as you grew into a person that developed not only an interest in IT, but a real core strength in that? What was that like?
It's pretty average growing up. I grew up in a very small town in Arkansas.
Wow.
So, yeah, it wasn't like, how there's specialized STEM schools now and things like that. It was just, just a regular background. I did, AP classes and things like that. But, there wasn't anything that just trained you for, like, a technology career.
Right.
But always loved math, always had an interest in technology and computers. It was easier back in the day just to pull apart a computer and, swap some things out.
True.
Yeah, just playing around, tinkering and seeing what you can make happen. Somebody was always downloading something they shouldn't. And
That's
so
right.
If you wanted to use it, you had to figure out how to fix it because, you didn't have a bunch of computers.
That's right.
It was just something that, I just kind of fell into just by happenstance.
Now, when you started in the career path, were there a lot of people that looked like you in your classes and later in the career field?
Well, I went to an HBCU. Shout out to University of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yay! Woohoo!
So, yes, there were, it was mostly male, but, there were me in the classroom,
That's good.
Moving into corporate. So, the company I started, I went directly into IT consulting. So, the company that I worked for, they moved me from Arkansas to Atlanta. So, there were more of me around. However, there weren't a lot. That was over 10 years ago to this day, you know, I can, any random day, it's still kind of me and, you know, maybe a handful of other people, but, you know, it's not, you know, very diverse still.
So I guess I could take that to also say that it's wide open, and for women to get into the field, it's like it's not super saturated. Like, go do,
yeah,
go do.
Absolutely. And I find, at least just in my experience, I know it's different for everyone, but it's been very welcomed. You know, I haven't really had a lot of issues with, you know, having people not respect me or, you know, treat me appropriately or, you know, not take me as seriously because I am a woman. Yeah, I think it's just all goes to how you carry yourself. You know what
That's
you know.
true.
You provide the value that you're supposed to provide. You're there for a reason. And as long as that's known, then you're going to get along okay.
Oh, that's good. That's an encouragement, I think, because sometimes we look at perceived obstacles, and sometimes there are some real obstacles there to keep us from moving forward. And you said something really important, that you're there, you're bringing the value you're supposed to bring. So it's not a free ride. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to show up and they're going to be so happy that I'm there that I don't have to do anything.
Right.
You've got to produce.
Yes. I was gonna say once you have that nailed down, you know, they know that you know what you know. The fact that you look good doing it makes it all the easier.
That's right. There you go.
Do what you
I'm
want.
not mad with you.
Are you a conference speaker as well?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. We're training her today.
Coming.
Yes, we're training her today. She did very well at the booth, engaging and talking to people. So
Wonderful.
it's just her warm up. So we send her up to lunch. She'll say, "Hi, how are you? And what do you do?" Oh, it's beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to watch.
I'm used to dealing with clients, so you know I'm not like afraid to talk to people. You know, I run my meetings in my teams, but you know I'm still like the type of person that likes to be in the background. I'm always on my computer.
Yes,
you know, I'll email IM all day, but you know, trying to move out
a little bit. You're doing a good job. Now,
Wonderful.
so now here we are. We're in the IT film. So now, before you met Adonis, were you interested in real estate on the periphery, or was it really something new that he kind of introduced you to?
So I feel in the age of HGTV, everybody
Yes,
is
everybody
interested
thinks, yes.
and loves
My favorite
real
show.
estate. Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite.
You know, so throughout my 20s, I absolutely had an interest, but I did not necessarily have what I felt was the support needed. You know, how you talk about, I want to be an agent. Well, everybody's an agent. Like, why would you go do that? The market's saturated. Why be an investor? You know, everybody's doing it. So I didn't pursue it. And then I was out on my own. You know, I had made a couple moves. I moved from Atlanta to Kansas City to Nashville, and I was in Nashville, and I just decided I want to start going into it. And then along the way, I had done, you know, like some of the weekend seminars and things.
Right.
You know, but like I wasn't prepared to pay
$10,000.
Yes, for somebody's education. You know, I always just looked for people to talk to, you know, books to read, things like that. So I had started working with an agent to find some rental properties in Nashville, and I just wasn't really seeing any. She just wasn't the right person to work with to look for that type of property. Right. So it just wasn't working out. So then in January of 2017, that's when I decided to get my real estate license. So I was working on that, and then March comes and I meet Mr. Lockett, and you know,
dun dun dun. Okay.
Right. You know, everything just took off from there because he had already been a real estate investor, and you know, I had all this experience, and so I was able to bring, you know, my knowledge and experience, and you know, we came up with, you know, different strategies of how we wanted to invest together, and just been going from there.
You know, that's a good point too. Is that the approach that you took was not to necessarily lead with your pocket. In terms of your dollars, when you're learning the real estate investing piece. You know, you said, you know, I would go to the meetings, you know, they're pretty much free, you know, to go in. And then I would look for books. I would look for people to talk to.
Correct.
And even in your stepping out, you're looking at someone with a little more experience that can kind of tell you what kind of things would work, and then you could bring your suggestions in, because I know a lot of times, like when this is like a straight course to something, people always want to improvise, like right here at the beginning, like they just started, they don't really know how it all works, but I want to improvise now. But I think from what I'm hearing from you, from that you then decided, okay, we can make some new strategies to address this.
Yeah, absolutely. He was a long time flipper, and for me, just like so, going to the seminars, learning about different strategies. I knew that wasn't necessarily where I wanted to be, just because being a professional, I was single, making money. You're always looking at, they always teach you that, you want to have some diversification for
That's
retirement.
right.
So you need to get rental properties. And so that was
passive
always,
income.
Yeah, absolutely. That was always the only thing that I was interested in. I wanted my passive, your mailbox income,
That's it.
So, so that's why, we started talking and, going through different, looking at different properties and things, and I kind of pulled him away from flipping for a little bit, and then we, did a whole bunch of buy and holds, and then, he got me to do a flip, and now we have another one that we just wrapped up this week, and it'll now be my first listing in Texas.
Oh, wow.
So,
all right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Now, for the audience that may just be tuning in for the first time, explain what a buy and hold is, because they may not know.
Okay, well, buy and hold is just like it sounds. You buy it and you hold it for the long term. So you're looking for that rental income. You find tenants, and you hold and maintain the property, and just hope to find a long-term tenant that takes care of your property. And yeah.
Okay. So now you're getting that real world experience, and so Mr. Lockett's got his ideas about, I need some stuff to fill in the gaps of this real estate investing business, man, because I have this over here and that over here, and like Nicole Allen said when she was giving kudos to myRE360, and we thank you so much for that, Nicole.
Thank you.
The fact that to be able to have everything on one platform, so that was his dream. So when he was telling you that was kind of what he wanted to do, what went on in your mind?
Well, I mean, that IT background consulting, it's like he had an idea that he was just so passionate about. So it's, it's impossible to not want to be involved in it. So, he told me about his idea, and I was able to see it. So once I was able to see it, then I actually started designing it out. I'm not a designer. I don't do that. But it was easy enough to do some wireframes. Wireframes, just the simple outline of what you want it to be, and then just think through the workflows and the different user types, and then the different modules that it should have, and then just build from there. Yeah.
She makes it sound easy, right? She's like, okay.
Hours and
Rome
hours.
was built in a day.
And hours and late nights
Yeah.
and early mornings. And then you have to hire a dev team and, somebody do design. And then you go through, it's a litany of things that you have to do. But, it was worth it.
So when you design the house for the flip, do you actually have it staged as well for the actual sale? Or do you sell it the empty house once it's done being remodeled?
So we stage a little bit. We don't do the full on, HGTV staging.
All right.
Yeah, you have to paint the picture a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Wonderful.
I think that just you illustrating the process, and for the audience, when there's something that you're passionate about, you take the time to put the time in. But now, the reward now of being able to be at the trade show, you were in 7 markets now? And having people sign up on the platform and having people kind of blown away by what it can do and the potential for that. I know there's a sense of satisfaction there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. it's our baby right now.
Yeah,
So and then just know that it's literally a baby right now. And then once it gets to the toddler years, once it gets to the next stages are just gonna be so much better. And it's just it's amazing to see people so receptive to it and wanting to use it. And I mean, it's still a struggle. It's getting there slowly but surely, but it's happening. So
I think we signed up I think Realty about 100
yeah, it was over 100,
about 130 people at least, and there are still people that are signing on now. So if you're listening and you want to take a look at it, it's at myRE360.com. Go there, take a look at it, sign up. I tell you what, the next 3 wholesalers, and we got to do it by the date, okay? From today, the next 3 wholesale deals that are put on the platform for the DMV area will give you 2 minutes to talk about your deal on the next show. How about that? Is that okay?
Like it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
And you vendors, don't be shy, because people that are doing rehabs, because once they get to when you go in and see, you'll see there's an education piece. So I know you guys have been, since you've been here in town, been talking with a number of different persons or personalities, we would say, within the real estate investing community, because we have some top-notch people in the area, right?
Absolutely.
And what are they looking to do for the platform?
Well, so they obviously want to tie in the overall features of the platform into how they're helping their communities and their followers grow their real estate business. So, they're teaching you how to fix and flip, how to go find a deal to wholesale. We provide the resources to actually help you do your fix and flip and how to move and market your wholesale deal. So it ties in exactly to what they're looking to accomplish, and then it's a win-win for everyone. And it's just a great tool for investors and for educators and for vendors and for everybody.
What's the average time you find when you begin the flipping idea for finding a house to really look at and consider investing into, and then the actual turnaround time? Do you give yourself a 6 weeks or 2 months, 4 months window?
Yeah, so I mean that varies. And I will say that for a good part of last year, we could not find what we considered a good deal. So if we would go look at houses every other day, and just either we didn't get the contract, or it just wasn't a good deal, or there's too much work that had to be done, etc. So but then the second half of the year is like,
oh, here they all are.
10, 20 properties just come, and then we're trying to get all of our resources together so we can buy as much as we can. Right. So I think it really just depends. So the flip that we are finishing up now, we bought it sometime in January. We had some other projects we were working on, so I had to sit for a good 2-3 weeks, and then about 4 weeks of rehab, and now we're ready to go to market. So and so I mean it's under 2,000 square feet, so it's not a huge space, but we had my first flip, so that one that's a whole
other story.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to have a show on that.
Very interesting.
Yeah. It is like I don't say it's not the ultimate what could go wrong, but there were a lot of things that went left on that one, and that one took my gosh, a good 9 months or so. We were almost a year out from when we bought it to when it was sold. So it just depends.
Right. And I know, because I've had real estate transactions, as a realtor, where it looks like, okay, we're going to be finished with this deal, but then there's this, and then there's that, and then there's this, and it's like, I had one client, it was a trustee sale, and I think we were talking about exchanging anniversary gifts, because we had been in this deal for so long. It's like, I got him on speed. Oh, hey, honey, how are you? Yes. No. Yes, the forms, I sent them already. But I also find that when there's challenges like that, it does cause me to learn certain things, and that's why you have those things on the cords that say, like on the end of your blow dryer, says "Do not put the cord in the water" and things like. Because people learn what not to do, so they make sure they warn themselves and they warn you. But that's a tremendous journey. We're getting ready to wrap up now, but I want to thank you so much for joining us. If they wanted to reach you, do you prefer people reach you directly, or you prefer them to email you if they wanted to reach out to you for any reason?
Yeah, I mean, so you can find me on my social media. Is at Lauren, your agent, and that's primarily on Instagram. Facebook, I kind of went away from that about 10 years ago or so. But I'm trying to make my way back into it. But primarily, at Lauren, your agent on Instagram, and then email me at lauren@myRE360.com.
Okay. And guys, we would encourage you to sign up for the platform. And I think you'll really be delighted by what you see. And I meant what I said about the wholesale deals. So Frida Chambers is going to let me know the next 3 people that post a wholesale deal on myRE360, because we're going to put, if your deal hadn't already gone in a week, by the time we air again.
The next one.
Yes. Then we'll have you on the list for the next one, or have you come on and talk about that you put it on, and it is so. But we definitely want to highlight what you did. Now, for those of you that have been keeping track of our Home Buyers Boot Camp, we do have that coming up on the 27th of this month. You don't want to miss it. Reggie Derrickson with Old Line Bank is going to be showing you how you can take more than one grant to buy your property and get into a property maybe with $2,000 to $5,000. This is on the residential side. If you're looking to buy, and we're gonna have you're gonna be ready to write. Okay, because we're going to do some writing. Because when you leave, we want you to understand how the numbers work. So when people are talking to you about products, you know what they mean. So we look forward to seeing you there. The Eventbrite will be up, so make sure that you sign in and reserve your seat. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. And remember, next time, we'll see you at the show.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.